Today we're going to be discussing the OTH continuous with the left hand. So it's not a very difficult trick, but it is one that we have to discuss safety first. Anything over the head creates this level of difficulty that whether the trick is really hard or not, it creates a level of safety that needs to be talked about. The easiest way to bail from an OTH, there's no easy way. The easiest way is to stay underneath it and swat it away from you. The rifle, quite simply, is just too long to really effectively get out of the way. I'm really going to suggest that you mark your balance point with some clear tape that you can see. So on my black rifle, I have white tape. On my white rifle, I put black tape, or just something I can see when it's over my head. Because when you let go of the rifle, what it does is all of the momentum shifts to the balance point. So if you're throwing a double OTH, triple OTH, single OTHs, you're going to use this strip of tape as the point where you're going to grab it on the rifle to either catch it and keep going or to throw it away. Because if your hand, if you're seeing it in the air, and you see this balance point, if your hand is there, the rifle's going to hit that hand. So there's no real good way to escape an over the head move. So when you're practicing it, really be careful about that. If you don't feel safe enough, wear a helmet. So now to the trick. To do a left-handed continuous OTH, what you're going to start with is a basic single spin over the head. So single spin over the head, feel free to look to begin with. As you progress through, you're going to stop wanting to rely on your eyesight and start wanting to rely on how it feels. But when you're doing it, cool, that felt great. A problem what a lot of people have is that they lose their plane. They're afraid to really go over their head, and they're coming out in front of them like this. So you see a lot of drillers looking up at it, doing this thing right there. And not only does that look sloppy, but that's going to be a lot harder to really kind of feel it out. You're not consistent. You're not on a consistent plane. You're all over the place. So when you get it, when you're practicing your single spin OTHs, look at a reflection in a mirror. This is going to be a really good technique. If you can't do it inside or you don't have a mirror that's big enough, use the reflection of a sliding glass door during the day. So look in the mirror, try and get that plane right over your head. A big mistake that a lot of people have is that they do it way up here. They get their arm, they're like, oh, I'm so afraid of it. And that's going to give you less room to really do anything if it falls. It's going to give the rifle more height to fall. And it's just less control overall. So really focus on getting this elbow, this forearm right here. It's going to be in front of you in an L shape. So like the L shape but in front of you. But my elbow and my shoulder are in line. It's not out here. I have my elbow and shoulder in line. My hand is right over my head. And that's the technique that I'm going to use. Okay, so my elbow shifts from here to here, and my wrist just kind of pushes it along. So when you're learning that single spin, stop looking at it, start looking straight. Start moving into double. 1, 2, stop. And when you're learning this, feel free to keep your right hand up here, just kind of like, oh no, I'm losing track of it or whatever. And feel free to keep your right hand up here. As you progress through it, stop looking at it. Take this right hand and just pin it at your side. You can't see it on camera, but it's just the standard pin. And that's going to show you, or show the judges, that you have complete control of the rifle as it's over your head. So all of the spinning happens on the balance point. I'm passing it from here on the balance point to the balance point to the balance point. When I'm ready to finish, I can stop it with my right hand. I can transition to a palm spin, which, to transition from a palm spin from a OTH continuous, when I'm talking about the OTH continuous, you have your arm in front of you, the L shape is in front of you, like this. But when you move to a palm spin, you move your elbow out. That's going to give you a lot more control of the rifle during the palm spin. So watch carefully. My elbow's in front of me. I move my elbow away from me. And that's how I get into the palm spin. You can whip it around behind your back, go into something else. But yeah, that's the basics, the basic mechanics of the OTH left-handed continuous spin. I hope you learned something, and happy Joeing.